I don't even know. But I do. And we all do know some things. And I want to talk about those things and more. I'm not really getting started yet. Just so you know. We're getting back on live here, and I am almost getting going. Just getting rolling now to the live stream to see what we have going on. You can take me there, right? Yeah. I could put the music up a little bit for you. It's nice to have these lighter moments too. Trust me. It's good. Because you can take me there. Because you can take me there. Yes, yes. Bada bada booyah. Ba 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 booyah. Can't you just feel that spiritual energy though? Yeah, you can take me there. I love it. Just living the life, baby. Alright, so I hope you guys are liking the haircut. It's a bit different. I feel a bit butch. I'm butch now. Oh yeah. Alright. Oh, we're online. That's great! Super great! We're live across about 10 channels. So that's cool. They're just kind of lighting up right now. The Happy Healer 2.0. I should put some wording up there, right? Happy Healer 2.0. You guys are so special. I really appreciate all the support from you guys. Oh, and there's going to be so much to share too. We got a lot going on. You gotta be happy. The Happy Healer will show you how. Oh yeah. Feeling that spiritual energy, baby. All right, that was great. You know, there's an element about the live, right? And that's the thing, because people can see, they see what you do. But it's not enough. They want more, and they want more, and they just want more. Where do you think all this is coming from? Pay attention. Pay attention. Because we're going to have some fun, of course, as always. And the Happy Healer just had to get a little bit of that out of him. There's so much going on. So much going on. Where in the hell is humanity at right now? Where are you? It's a serious question. Yeah. That's a serious inquiry, please. I'm awaiting an answer. I would like to know. It's not enough to just be content with the same crap. It's not enough anymore. Not for most people. And that's the beautiful part. Not for most people. That's the difference between now and yesteryear. Make no mistake about it. That is the difference between now and the way things used to be. People are ready. You know, I know it. Because, you know, I have that spiritual energy in me. And when it lights up, man, I just see the lights light back up. You get what I mean? That's God's way of saying you're in there. Because you dive into a special energy, people go with you. People are ready. And that's the campaign we're running. A campaign of love. A campaign of saying, you want to be about human values? Well then, let's see what your human values are. Because that's where we have come. Donald Trump has done this country a mighty favor if we can deliver on that. Because that is a beautiful thing. And guess what? There is nothing greater than turning something that most people have seen something as being ugly in whatever ways. There's some people that see it as being good. The HappyHealer voted for Trump. Whatever. But that something great can come out of it. Think about it. The wonderful things. We are having a spiritual awakening that we can't deny. You know, people would try to deny it. And that people see right through it. How do you think Trump happened? Come on. Are you kidding me? And how do you think the HappyHealer will happen if it so happens? And we'll just leave that up to God. That's not certainly up to any one of us, that's for sure. All we can do is just do what's right. We can just do what's right and have courage. Damn it, that's what we need to do. And we need to do it soon. We don't have all day. Because changes need to happen now. And we have people who are dying. They're dying from the opiate epidemic. They're dying just because they are lost in life from depression and the misery, the wretched misery. And that is just so real in people's lives. We have to be dedicated to each other. Like in a way we're not. And if we don't get serious about it, I fear for where this country's going to head up. And that's where I'm running, man. That is where I'm at in my mind and in my soul. Make no mistake about it, man. We all have to be of that loving nature about us. All right, I get fired up sometimes. You know that about your HappyHealer. And you wouldn't want it any other way. But he is so soft with the people he loves. And he loves. That's the thing. He loves. And we have to pound that message of love through sometimes. You can't just knock on the door. No, not with that one. Not with the way things are right now. No, sirree. Do you know sometimes I talk to people and everybody has their guards up until I tear them down. And how do I tear them down? Because I say, stop that. That's nonsense. I love you, man. Knock that shit off. We're talking about our future here. You know, you just got to have a serious conversation. And the thing about it is you got to be genuine. You can't be just fake about this stuff. People read right through that stuff. So you got to be genuine. And that's a great thing because you know what? We're not playing with just nonsense, are we? See, that's the thing. When people don't have the real deal, they actually have to play with nonsense, which means you're not getting the results. You're just getting the lip service. In this case, we all feel the energy together, don't we? Yeah. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. You know, you could actually feel me and I feel you and I feel you feeling me. And that's an energy, man. That right there is an energy. We all just grab onto it and we grow. That's an amazing thing when you have that energy. Not everybody can get that. Not everybody. That's a special gift from our God Almighty. And so we just have to sail forward and be courageous with that kind of attitude. And what can't happen is my question. What can't happen when you've got an attitude that says, I'm putting humanity first, and I know who you are, I love you, And I've been there. Wait until you hear my stories, where I've come from. I'm no less capable than anybody else to take on a position like president, even of the United States. If you're going to say that Mayor Pete can do it, I assure you, the Happy Healer, Keith Landi, can do it, and I'll tell you why. Mayor Pete has an Ivy League education, yes. He has Harvard. He even has his military experience. And he's got the gay card going for him. And I'll call it that. I'm also gay, but whatever. The point is, that's not you. That's not focused on anything about you. Okay, first off. And that's fine because, it is about the candidate too. It's about your candidate. And I want to make it about your candidate. And here's what I'm going to say about that. Is if we lived in a world where political experience was valued, we wouldn't have Donald Trump, would we? If we lived in a world where political experience was doing us good, we would have a better world and we wouldn't have all of these problems that we already need to fix. That is the reason for the Happy Healer being here now in this situation, right? Because I have just seen enough in my own world, in my own life. And so I'm trying to make a plea to my brethren in saying that together we can do something special. And so we just hold on to that feeling. And we love. And we take a humble approach. Because when you're talking about doing things that need to get done, and you will get them done, you also have to realize that other things have to get done too. So there is a humility in all of this. It's not like we just, we forget that the world still needs to go round while we're having our special, brilliant, and needed, passionate, human, compassionate unity in this country, making it front and center as a platform in this campaign is definitely only going to be advantageous to America, and to anybody who touches it, has their soul touched by it. That's really what I mean to say. I'm not big-headed. The thing is it can go anywhere, it can go nowhere, and I'm happy either way. It can go somewhere big, and it can have a great, huge effect in areas that we all care about. Hello? In things that we would all want and wish to see. Things that you would say, oh, that's just a dream. Well, that's fine then, but challenge me. Don't just say it's a dream. Challenge me. Challenge me. Challenge me. I say challenge me. Because if you challenge me, then it gives me a chance to show you that it's not just a dream. That if it is a dream, that's okay, because we can dream big and we can make it real. But that it's so much more, and that it's the nature of the reality that we live in. We have to think about the forward momentum. Guys, if we don't start thinking about this, all right, there's times in history where presidents have said, oh, well, then it's going to be the last time, or it's, I'm not sure we're going to have a country to save anymore. But this is really one of those moments. No, it's one of those moments. Full stop. Serious stuff. Think about it. At no other time in history was things at this point. And our country may not be able to last much longer in this state. It's already experiencing serious foundational problems within our constitutional arrangement, if you think about it, between Donald Trump and the Congress and what you have going on. I don't put my head in that stuff so much because it matters to us, but they're really messing things up. And the things that they're talking about, they're like, even Donald Trump, why is he, let's not get petty. You can't put what's needed for the American people. You can't hold it ransom, man. You can't do that. I'm sorry, that's not right. Okay, that's one thing. But you've got Nancy Pelosi, and she's going off the deep end. We just need love, and here's the thing. Either one of them still aren't talking about what's important to you. They're not talking about how to get you a smile on your face, really. How to get you to have a full life. The American dream is dead in this country. Are you kidding me? That's what everybody's depressed about. The American dream is dead in this country. When people say they want to go back to better times or when America was great again, this is only about a time when people can afford to live. You've got to be able to have sustenance to live. You need a roof over your head. You need a vehicle. You need a means by which you can have transport. You have got to have an education, and you've got to have your social aspects in life. We all need friends, we need companions, and we need people that care about us, and groups and support groups. And this is also important to human growth. You're not just by yourself in this, and if you are, that's why you suffer, and that's probably why, and I kind of go on a limb to say this, that you may have suffered with depression, because that's kind of how you get there. And so this is the kind of insight that you get when you've been through pain and you kind of come back out of it. And what I was going on earlier, not to jump all over, but let's just stay on track here. We're running for president. And yeah, so you have Mayor Pete, who is the spick and span candidate, who's got this spick and span record and clean everything with, what is he, Harvard graduate. What is good is that for? I mean, you could buy a Harvard graduate these days, really, right? I mean, seriously, to have an Ivy League education and say that is what makes you qualified to be president of the United States, when we already know that we've seen the corrupt and the privileged already take advantage of those, Ivy League education. If that's the value that you get from an Ivy League education, no thank you. I will take the American people. I am the people's candidate. I stand with them. You could stand with the Ivy League, and you could stand with the mess over there and whatever that is. But we're focused on the American people, and we're focused on winning for them in a way that nobody has done before. They're not even talking about what matters to them. So that's what this candidacy is based on. That's also part of just a candid, because there's another story. Apple got in the way of some of my stuff, so here I am live delivering to you what will ultimately also be a pre-recorded speech, and it won't come the same way. It's just delivered more like a speech. So I take very seriously what we're doing. And, Mayor Pete is no more qualified to be president than your HappyHealer, Keith Landi. This is so true. Why would you ever, first off, this is us talking, we have first learned that we can change, right? And that we have changed, and that the demographics have changed. And so those are a lot of forces at work already. And then you have your HappyHealer come along. You've already had Donald Trump, and you've got, a whole parade of candidates that are basically different variants of themselves, different versions of the same thing, and trying to, they're not, all of them are universally not really talking about any original ideas, or especially not what matters to the American people. Like, all right, so, but Elizabeth Warren, she did come out and say she had $100 billion plan for healthcare. I find this to be about as advantageous as throwing $100 billion at the ground, unless you have a plan. That's the thing. So you need money, yes, and it could take money. And you got to be willing to spend what the problem takes. This is when you put humanity first. It's not about the cost. It's about the monumental task ahead, and that it must get done. They talk about the New Deal. That's what the mandate was on the New Deal. It's that there was a monumental effort to say, this is what I'm running on. This is what the American people want. Yes, I'm being clear about it because that mandate is clear. And so that when you get there, you can say, I am the people's candidate doing the people's work. And this is the people's work. So, it's a loving message, and it's compassion. And really, it's just so much effort in meditation and consideration and learning to live. And, I'm just going to talk a little bit about myself. As a 40-year-old man, and that's what your HappyHealer is, God's been good, thank you, God. Donald Trump's going to look very bad against me in these debates, I'll tell you that. I'm going to make him look like an old, senile man. He's going to wonder what happened when they sent the people's candidate. And he's going to try that hateful stuff, and you already know how the HappyHealer is going to come back. That's just going to be a full stop right there. So anyways, I'm kind of like daydreaming about that because, to say it would definitely happen would be a bit kind of big-headed of just little old me. You see, but where I do dream is because I know it's right. I know it's right. I know it's right because I've been around long enough and I've looked at things long enough, I've studied it long enough, and and this is the way that I say I'm a bit of a dork, I guess, because not everybody apparently does that. And yeah, man, and that's it. We can all have happiness. We don't have to say we can't have that. Why do we have to have a future of anything less than that? Really, think about it. Because we can pull from nature itself. Nature is screaming at us. Some of us aren't paying attention, but many of us are. And we already know what's happening. We see it all around us. And I have these new terms I want to share with you today. And maybe this will be some great, perfect timing for this. Here are the new terms coming out of the HappyHealer, Keith Landi, candidacy for President of the United States. Very serious. I want you to listen closely, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this music down a bit. Not all the way, just almost. Okay, so they talked about... Hold on. That's right. Listen carefully. We're talking serious stuff here. This is our platform. So, you want to usher in the new place we're talking about coming in. It's not something you want to wait for. You want this beauty that we talk about, that when I speak to it to constituents and different people in my locality, and they get lucky enough to end up in the same room with the HappyHealer, more or less is what that means. And when I get their mind for a moment and I get to talk to them, I see in them the hunger for this. I see it. And I know, and I'm talking to my friends and just a lot of people. I've been getting a lot of that, human interaction, and especially coming out and doing more public things and stuff like that, has been really a humongous thing for my own personal life, and I'm forever grateful for that. I spent about almost 10 years in like a meditation kind of, just figuring things out. I went to Germany for 6 months during that time. I just spent most of my time in Orlando just doing so much learning. I learned German for the most part. Ich spreche gut Deutsch. Und jetzt ich habe das Gefühl, alles klar werden. Also, ja. We are the dork candidate, no doubt. But it's okay, because I'm also, I'm capable to be a candidate. That's great news. I'm 40 years old, I've had these grandiose thoughts in the past, but was never old enough. And I don't think I would ever actually have done it then. Because I didn't do it then, right? I mean, I did have some ideas, though, but I never did anything. What made me step forward is because I've always wanted to do something great for people, and I've always had it in me. If I had been the son of different parents, I would have been one of those nerdy, on top of everything. But that's not what everybody gets, So God gives you purpose in your situation you're in. And you find your value right there, too. You found your love. You find everything you need there. So I'm not going to even give that kind of story out. But it is true. So, yeah, we have a serious problem, man. There are the haves and the have-nots, and just a lot of confusion as to who should have what, when it's just all so simple. Everybody should have their basic sustenance. They should have health care. So simple. Eyes, including those teeth, including the whole body. And that's health care. That's just getting started. You got to have mental and everything. We're talking from tippy top to tippy toe, okay? Healthcare, like real healthcare, like we actually care about people because we value people. Remember, that's what the humanity candidate is about. And we can justify our positions because we're so clear about them and that they offer so much happiness and they offer so much inspiration because we know where we're headed. We know it's possible. It becomes so clear. And when it becomes clear, it becomes real. And that's what we're all fighting for. And so every time the movement grows bigger, that's where we're headed. And so it does give you this amazing feeling inside of accomplishment And it just makes you feel like we need to keep doing more of that. And that's why we're going to be doing that. And I will be going to local speeches and getting in front of people and just inspiring people and getting them so riled up and excited about the campaign to come. And I think that a lot of people would enjoy that and have fun with it. And it's just about compassion in the end. And it's just about compassion and sharing that love with one another and being able to express that love. And so that's, let me get right back into what I was talking about right here. I kind of had the tendency, because here's the deal. There's so much to get out, okay? There is so much to get out because there's so many things we got to work on as a country, really. And a lot of these are very technical kinds of things that are actually somewhat boring, but do matter. People do want answers for these things. The Happy Healer has them. That's the easy stuff. But we're focused on the important stuff, really, because we don't want to see, they try and bog you down in division kind of stuff. And you got to realize we're the unity candidacy. I'm not having any hatred for the other side or for this side or for that side. We got to build the human spirit up. So again, when you do that, it just allows you to be able to put humanity first and humans first in a way that actually matters in their lives. That's why we're making that commitment early on. And it's also the Happy Healer motto. It's just the way the Happy Healer has always been and will always be. Because there's no other joy in life living any other way. You can try, and the point is, the older and wiser will tell you that if you want to be happy, then the way to get happy is to be a loving person. I'm in with chat with you guys. I'm sorry I missed you guys for a bit there. I get a little excited. But to be in it all the way. And that's your Happy Healer. To be in it all the way. To be in it all of the way. All of the way. All of the way. And it's okay. Why can't you be in it all of the way? And all of the way is simple. All of the way is just fine. Because you know why? When you're in it all of the way, then you don't have to worry about all the things other people are worrying about. You're just worried about what someone that's doing something all the way would have to worry about. That's it. Simplified. You know where you're headed, and you're going all the way. All the way is a great journey, and it's inspiring, it's so much fun, and it's empowering, and it's uplifting. That's where real progress is made. So that's what we're doing. And we're ushering in what I'm going to token as the modern mechanical economy. This is an economy based on mechanical production rather than industrial human production. It'll be more like mechanical, industrial, same thing, factories, kind of like what you already see emerging. This is what's happening already. It's just recognizing what's happening and putting a name on it. The modern mechanized economy is what we're going to eventually see more and more emerge. And then we have the and this is important to get right. Because the economy is one pillar. But you still have the other big one. And you know what it is. The spiritual new age. So important. When you mirror the spiritual new age together with the modern mechanized economy, forget about it. Yeah, we're going to be able to deliver on a lot of promises. And the thing about it is, getting human values right is simple. It's simple stuff. It's stuff we need to do. And quite frankly, if we don't get to it quick, we're going to lose our country. People say we're doing strong. We are. How's it going, guys? How's it going, William? Great to see you, my man. And Melissa and all you guys. I could see you right here. When you're typing in, I'm seeing what you're saying. I didn't have it up just a moment ago because today's been one of those days. But I am making it a point to be focused on that because I have a much easier system. I'm on like 10 different channels at once, which is kind of cool because, you know, even if there's only a couple people here or there, it still equals out to be a good number. And that means we're expanding little by little the right way. We're not pushing the messages on people. We're just sort of out there and people are coming to us in different variety of, you know, ways. And so, between that and coming on live and trying to just continue to get the simple message out, because the simple aspects of the message are what people are going to be able to understand first. And then to go there with the American people, with the people who want to question that and challenge it, because the Happy Healer is ready for that. So ready. Make no doubt about that. And the only question is America ready? And I know we are, first off. I'm just going to say that. But why I put it like that is because I challenge you guys in a sense also to believe and to dream. Because if you don't, then you failed to have that dream alive for you. And then whereas everybody else that gets on before you is already in this happy state, living the dream, you might take another year or 2 years. And that sucks, man. Get off of that misery train, will you? We're doing something special here. And, you know, if you miss that, maybe you'll miss it and you won't be able to flash back again. You know, you got to hang on, man. Be humble. Let that little guard down. And then just open up and allow yourself to, you know, just hang on. And let's do this thing. Because really, if we do it right, we can do some good things. And that's why we're doing it. We're not doing it to be better than anybody, right? We're not the condescending candidate. That you have those. You know, Mayor Pete's a good example of that. His Harvard education, I could never match that. That's not me. I'm the people's candidate. Remember that. I wouldn't want that anyway. That to me is like a reason not to vote for him. But let's just be for real about what is important to the American people. And also remind ourselves, we're not playing around anymore. We don't need to vote for the all perfect, all high and mighty guy way up there. We already know they're flawed. They're so flawed. They're completely flawed. And it shows. And so now, you know, we're in this disarray. We're at each other's throats. We all demand and want something different. And the Happy Healer sees quite clearly. He's been actually living his life with love for so long. So he's been clear on this for so long. And so imagine what he sees, while many of you, you have to admit you're blind. And he knows that. What's so true is when he says that's true, you got to realize I've been so open and loving and seeing on both sides. Wow, man, this is scary. And I'm not the only one. There's a lot of other people seeing it too. Maybe they're not as good as conveying the seriousness of it, but it's your Happy Healer who's running for president. We're doing this for a reason. I feel that God is behind our movement. And that's the other thing. The Happy Healer can peel those hard to get Trump votes. You tell me what other Democrat can do that. Oh, and you doubt it? They're our first supporters. So anyways, we are serious about our candidacy. We love. We're just so corny in our love. And it catches on. People, they agree with it. So that's it, guys. I'm going to bounce back out for a bit and get some other stuff done around here. But, you know, the messages are going to be continuing to come. And there's so many things that I wanted to say I did not get a chance to say in this one cast. But that's fine. I'm going to be coming on and back and forth in a lot. And I want to keep the cast going. Right now, I'm still in this kind of semi-war with Apple. I don't know why they're doing this to me. You know, the Happy Healer is so honest and just tries to do his thing. But what they're coming at me with is just garbage and nonsense. But it's okay. The great news is because I'm in media, I'm always recording and recording and recording. God's just got my back. And recording and recording. So everything is virtually recorded. Even if I had the worst case and I was like, you know, just not even capable of speaking my case at all. Even if that were the case, the facts would speak it for me. So that's how clear the facts are. So I'm not worried about it. Everything's going to be just fine. The question is, will Apple just quickly help me get beyond this? Because I brought my computer in there and it was working, and it was just to be a simple checkup, and the next thing I know, it doesn't work, and they're playing this game with my warranty. So no, that's not how we do people. And by the way, that's not how we do people in life either. No. This is against our values. So we'll talk about it a little bit. We're not going to get carried away with it, but we will speak truth. And we'll do it with courage. We don't care. We're just moving forward. We ain't trying to hurt anyone either. We're just doing it with love. Look, the truth is a beautiful thing. If you can't hang on to the truth, then what do you have? You only got the truth. So you got to hang on to that truth. That truth will keep you safe. And you do it with love, that'll keep you justified. If you could stay safe and justified, you'll be okay. All right, guys, we'll see you soon.